my daddy is robot.
Hello everyone, this is Cybertronianbeast, and let's talk Transformers. Today we're taking a look at Daca Toys Kronos. And first off, right off the bat, I want to thank my good friend Dogcades for picking this guy up at TFcon this past weekend. That was July 11th to the 13th, we were there together, and he definitely scored the prize of the weekend with this big guy. So what I wanted to do first was I wanted to do a size comparison. Now I know that one of the product shots from Daca Toys was Kronos here compared to MP10. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to repeat what they had done there with that. So there's my MP10. He's not overly tall. Can bring in MP17 Prowl. Oh boy, he is short comparison. But one thing that a lot of people asked me to do when I told them I was going to do this review was they said, compare him to G1 Jetfire. Because they hadn't seen that comparison. So let's do that. And there's my G1 Jetfire. And boy oh boy, that new white plastic of Kronos compared to the G1 Jetfire of mine really makes mine look yellow. And I thought he was pretty white at the time, but compared to Kronos, man, my Jetfire is yellow. So maybe I'll have to start looking for another Jetfire. Oh well. So yeah, this Kronos is a big figure, very big, and definitely in scale with MP10 and the new Masterpiece line. So we'll go ahead and get these guys out of there. So if you didn't notice already, the Daca Toys Kronos here definitely went for the animation model for Skyfire. That's what they were going for, and I think they nailed it. It definitely looks like Skyfire in the G1 cartoon. Let's get a close-up shot of the head sculpt here, because that is really where the telltale sign is of a good G1 figure or a good animation model. So there it is there. And wow, that is definitely Skyfire from the original G1 show. Looks really good. And yeah, amazing. Definitely fits in with the rest of the body. And the way that he looks. So I want to focus on a couple other areas here. Number one, he does come with a humongous cannon of a gun, which he should because he's, humongous. Let's take a closer look at that. Let's get that arm to come up here. You'll hear, wait for it, some really nice ratchet joints in here. Always love a good ratchet joint. Okie doke. So, you see here, right here is this little dark line here. That's actually a hole in the hand to allow for the peg in the gun. I'm not overly fond of that. They could have just made the hand a little wider so as not to have a hole in it. Like there it is there. You can see. Not overly fond of that. But as you can see, like, look at the size of the peg on there. Like, when he's holding his gun, he is holding that gun. It is not going anywhere. So, yeah. But look at that thing. That is a massive, massive gun. I don't know whether you could see there, but each individual finger is articulated. There are 2 articulation points on the thumb. Let's zoom in a little bit further here for you. So there are 2 bits of articulation there on the thumb. And then there is 1, 2, 3 per finger. very articulated hands. So yeah, lots of movement available in the hands. And then obviously the wrist swivel. I wonder if you could peg the gun in on the other side of the hand. Yep. There it is. It's not really strong, but it'll go. So, anyway, that's that. Very cool looking figure. Definitely G1. Let's get into the transformation here. Because it is a little complex. Like, not overly, but the fact that he is so big, he's really heavy. So, that's really the hardest part about the transformation. It's actually keeping him up and holding him during the transformation. So what we're going to do first is we're going to slide this backpack off. You slide it directly up. So there you go. You can just set that aside for now. Next thing you're going to want to do is there's this back plate here. You're going to want to take that off. It just unpegs. There's a peg here and a peg here. So you're just going to want to unpeg it. Careful with this centerpiece here. It's a little fragile. But it comes off in one big whole piece there. And everything essentially just kind of on the top of the robot all just kind of falls apart at this point. So I'm going to turn them around again and you're going to be able to see it here. There are two parts here that you really don't even need to undo, but if you flip them up like that, it unhooks the arm and the arm can fall away. So we can do that on the other side here. There's a hook there and that'll fall away. Now bringing him around to the front again, you're going to want to bring these up, and then these will now fall away. Yeah. Okay. Wherever, there you go. Okay. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to actually take this large centerpiece here, and we're just going to flip it up. And then you don't even really need to move the head. The head will move on itself. So you just kind of push it up. And then this little line here is actually going to peg into here. So you apply a little bit of pressure. There it is. You come back around here. Whoops. And you see that there's this little push thing here. You're just going to slide that up. And that's going to reveal the rest of the jet mode there. Or the rest of the nose. So there that is there. But we've got to deal with all of this now. And this is a bit of a mess. So what we're going to do is we're going to close these tabs again. So those aren't needed right now. And we are going to bring these, just got to keep them out of the way for a second. Because we actually, what we got to do first is we got to open the legs. So down here is the crotch. There's a big split right in the middle. We're actually going to pull it apart. And there you go. And what you got to do is you got to slide the arms in that opening now. So if you see here, there's this little circular bit here. The whole inside of the shoulder goes in there. So you're going to bring it around. You're going to peg it in there. And you're going to twist it and orientate it so that the red is on the outside, or you're looking at the red. Bring the other one around. Peg that in. Just kind of turn it. You might have to twist some of the ratcheting joints in the shoulder to get it in there. But once it's in, it's in. Now you can deal with these. Now these, you see it right here is this giant peg. That peg is going to peg into that on the shoulder. So you're going to bring this sucker around like this. And you're going to peg that into there. Just like that. Just make sure you're looking on this side here and that everything is cool. Okay. There's one. Bring it around. Peg it in. Cool. Okay. Now we're going to spin it around And down on the hands, we can get rid of those now. You could have gotten rid of them at any point in time. It's no biggie. Flip up the forearms. You're going to reveal a nice big hole in there. You're going to want to make a fist with the hand. Rotate it in. Shut it. Same on the other side. Make a fist. Rotate it in. The forearms feel kind of flimsy and light. That's because there's this giant hole or crevice inside of it. But other than that, it's actually really good. Okay. What we can do at this point is we can actually put the back plate back on this. You just bring it back. You're going to want to open up these little flaps that are here, like that, 1 and 2, and just kind of slide it back over top. Just like that. Push those plates down. What we can do now is we've got to make these legs smaller because they are way too big at this point. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to slide those in. Careful not to pinch your fingers. A little bit further. Ouch. Got my finger. Other side. Come on. More. There we go. And I got my finger again. Okay. Lastly, what we want to do is not lastly, we still got the feet to do, but we've got this back piece here. Now, there are 2 metal tabs built into this thing. Oh, wait, we want to pull these out too. Those are the little jet or vent intakes. I'll show you what to do with those in a second. We're going to pull these little metal tabs down, like so. Okay, and those are really important, so you need those. You're going to take this, and now you're going to use the top tab, and you're going to lock that right into here. So you're going to slide that on. Be a little tricky, but once it's on, now you got to find those metal tabs you've got. You're going to peg them into the leg, and that is going to solidify everything. There, I had a little bit more space on the legs to go up. Now that I do, now everything's going to fit. Push those metal tabs in there. 1 and 2. Perfect. Now we've got the feet. You can do the feet at any point as well. What we're going to do is we're going to flip up these little plastic tabs there. We're just going to essentially just fold the leg or foot in on itself. Let's fold it over. So what we can do is we just kind of open up that foot. You're going to slide this part down. It's going to go over top of the little white piece there. You're just going to fold all that in. Fold this down. Fold the rest in. Fold that in. And you're going to lock the foot over top of its orientating peg. There's a peg there that kind of holds everything together. Just going to lock that over top of it. Same on the other side. This particular one can be really sticky, so I'm going to work with it here. Hopefully it'll work. Oops. Yeah, that one's not going to go all the way for me. But we'll just get that peg back on. Flip it over. We got ourselves some wings to write. Just bring them down. Bring them down. There are 2 red flaps up here you can just kind of flip down. No biggie if you forget. And the last thing is these little air vents. They only go on one way. So you got to find the right side. They just go on up here. On the sides. Is that the right one? Nope. So we'll use the other one. There's that one. I just kind of peg in there. Other side there. Perfect. Flip up your back wings here. You're done. There is Daca Toys Kronos in alt mode. And he is heavy. He is really heavy. My arms were definitely getting sore putting him into alt mode there, holding him up. But man, he looks good in alt mode. Really good. He's definitely little parts for me. I'm not gonna lie. You know, you take off the whole back pat there. You gotta, you know, put those air vents in or on the sides. But man, does he look good. I mean, he is definitely G1 Skyfire in robot mode and in alt mode. You know, I've never seen a figure look more like G1 Skyfire than this guy. He looks really, really good. So if you have any questions about Daca Toys Kronos, let me know. Leave a question or comment in the YouTube thread, and I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. You can follow me on Twitter at Cybertronianbeast. You can check out my Facebook page. All the videos I post up there. Just search Cybertronianbeast on Facebook. Click like, and everything I post there will come to you. Also, check out the podcast that I'm on. Me and 3 other Transformers fans got together and we started putting together a podcast. It's called Transmissions, and you can find it at www.transmissionspodcast.com. We're also on iTunes. We're also on Stitcher. We're also on TuneIn Radio. If you want to listen to the podcast, we are everywhere. So take a listen and let us know what you think. Anyway, to close out, I definitely want to thank Dogcades, my good friend, for loaning me this figure to check out. It's really awesome. And yeah, G1 Skyfire, this is him if you want him. So thank you for watching. This has been Cybertronianbeast, and I will talk to you later.